My African brothers and sisters who are religious, how are you? And I hope you're fine. I need you guys to come forward. There is something very important I want to teach you. I remain my humble self, Ebenezer Heru, and you are welcome to my school of awakening. Now, two things I want you religious people to understand. If you believe that the origin of the universe started with your God in the Bible, or with your God in the Quran, or with your God in any of your religious holy books, then I want to inform you that you are going to remain totally ignorant for the rest of your life. And this is not superstition, this is a fact. Two, if you still believe that the earth is flat because your religious holy books said it is flat, then I am sorry, you are beyond repair. Actually, I'm not going to blame you because check third world countries like African countries. They don't have astronomy as a discipline in their universities. Even if they have departments of astronomy, most of them are not accredited. Now, the best logical explanation to the origin of the universe is through astronomy and not religion. Astronomy, which is a discipline that systematically studies the movement of the stars, the moon, the planets, and the sun, is not recognized and embraced by the 21st century Africans. Because what do we expect? The people in Africa are more focused on food. They need employment because most of them are unemployed. Most of the government in Africa are dictators. They are tyrannical. And democracy is like a joke in that continent. They are mostly bamboozled and bombarded by subjects like Christian religious studies and Islamic religious studies, which will make them more superstitious and not logical and critical. Now, in that part of the world, no one has time to study the nature of the sun, the stars, or why the planets revolves around the sun. In fact, even the ones who are learned in Africa, who call themselves professors and doctors in sciences and social sciences, you see, many of them agree with their religious holy books, and they strongly believe that the earth is flat. And this is what religion can make you become. Everyone just wants to survive by all means possible, which is why intellectual discussion or discourse on astronomy and history is absent in the 21st century African societies. You see, to understand the universe, you have to look at astronomy. By the way, human brains are not designed to understand the universe. This is because the universe is expanding every second. I know some persons won't understand, but I will explain. First, we need to understand that the universe, which is made up of different galaxies, is over 13 billion years old. The sun is 5 billion years old. And for your information, are you aware that the sun is also a star? And there are some stars we see from Earth that are bigger than our sun. Are you aware? Another thing you need to know is that the planets are 4.5 billion years old. The stars, including our sun, is made up of hydrogen and helium. Now, our galaxy is called the Milky Way galaxy, which is made up of our solar system, and our solar system is made up of our sun, our 8 planets, our stars, and our moon. The 8 planets in our solar system revolves around our sun, and all the planets, including our Earth, are revolving around the sun. Now, if you go out of our galaxy, you will see other galaxies with their own planets, stars, sun, and moon. This simply means that the universe is made up of billions of galaxies far from our galaxy, which is the Milky Way galaxy. Are you aware that there are some planets in our galaxy that has more than one moon, and that planet is Saturn with over 300 moons, while our planet Earth has only one moon? The discipline of astronomy, through the systematic research, revealed that at least one planet is found in each stars we see from Earth. This means that we have billions of planets in all the galaxies in the universe. You see, the first people to look into astronomy were the Africans. The Africans were baffled. They were startled by the manifestation of the universe. And in fact, they saw God as the universe, which is nature, which was why they never used the words gods and goddesses. Rather, they used the word natures or neteru. The Africans, known as the Dogons, they say that beings or extraterrestrials or aliens or UFOs came to them from the stars to teach them the sciences of astronomy. They say that these beings or aliens were called the Nomons. The Africans, known as the Dogons, were the first in Egypt, which was formerly called Kemet, which means the land of the blacks. The Dogons, they said that the Nomons, that is, these strange beings who came to them from the stars, they say that these beings, known as the Nomons, opened their eyes to see the Sirius B star, which is a white dwarf star that you cannot see with your naked eyes, except with the use of a sophisticated telescope. Our African ancestors, known as the Dogons, who were in Egypt but migrated to Mali, they saw this star without the use of a telescope. The Africans were so obsessed with the universe to the point where they built pyramids just to track the movement of the stars. The three great pyramids of Giza were built behind the Sphinx to complement the Sphinx that has been there before the pyramids were built. The Sphinx at Giza, also known as Heru Makhat. The Sphinx at Giza. Now, you have to understand that a Senegalese historian named Cheikh Anta Diop, okay, he said that the Sphinx is the face of a black woman and the body of a lioness. It is not the face of a man, as we have believed long time ago that the Sphinx is the face of a man. No, it is the face of a very black woman from Nubia, according to Cheikh Anta Diop, a great African historian from Senegal. The three great pyramids built by our African ancestors were built in direct alignment with the three stars of Orion belts. The Khufu, the Kafa, and the Menkara pyramids, father, son, and grandson, were the names of the three great pyramids built behind the Sphinx at Giza in Kemet. In fact, our African ancestors were so advanced in astronomy that they explained that the universe is made up of opposites. Our African ancestors explained how all the molecules and atoms came into existence in the universe using astronomy. Pay attention, you will learn a lot. We have the Nununet, the He-Hehet, the Kok-Koket, and the Amun and the Amunet. I will explain. The Nun is matter. The Nunet is space. The He is infinity. And the Hahet is finity. The Kok is darkness, and the Koket is light. The Amen is the hidden, and the Aminet is the revealed. Now, Amen or Amun or Amon-Ra or Amen-Ra is the one that you end your prayers with, Amen. So whenever you pray as a Christian or as a Muslim, and you end your prayers with Amen, you are calling on the almighty Egyptian sun god, the Amen, the hidden one. You see, this to our African ancestors is the male and female entities of our universe. I'm talking about the Nununet, the Kok-Koket, the He-Hehet, and the Amun and the Amunet. These are opposites, male and female, meaning that our universe is made up of opposites male and female. Now, in African Kemetic spirituality, that is, in African spirituality, an African nature or neteru, known as Atum or Atom, who is the creator of the universe, gave birth to his first two descendants or offsprings through masturbation. And they were Shu and Tefnut. Shu is male and he represented the air. Tefnut is female and she represented moisture. You see, air and moisture, and this is pure science. Now, Shu and Tefnut, which is air and moisture, procreated or gave birth to Nut and Geb. Nut is female and she represented the sky, while Geb is male and he represented the earth. You see, the perception of our African ancestors about life came from a father earth and a mother sky, which when the male and female come together, life comes into existence. And this coming together is represented as the Ankh. And the Ankh, which many refer to as cross, is not actually a cross, but the key and the source of life. Now, Nut and Geb gave birth to Osiris, Isis, Nebetet, and Set. Osiris is the original father, while Isis is the original mother. And they both gave birth to Horus or Heru, who became the first dying and resurrecting Christ in ancient spiritual mythology before Jesus. Let me tell you something. Astronomy is very interesting. And our African ancestors were the first to understand the use of astronomy. Now, to understand or to know more of the things I teach like this, there are some books, well-researched historical scientific books that will open your eyes to understand the origin of our universe and the origin of man. These books are very expensive in Amazon and eBay. That is why I have made them in soft copy PDF, where people can buy them and you can go and print them around your place where you stay in your area. We have The Untold History of the Black Race and the Fall of African Civilization, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This particular book is a book I personally wrote and authored. We have The Destruction of Black Civilization,